Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through stacks of info, pull out the key stuff, and get you up to speed fast. Today, we're looking at, what's next in entrepreneurial innovation? What's got the startup world buzzing right now?
Exactly. We've been digging into Y Combinator's latest requests for startups, the RFS for their summer 2025 batch. Think of it like a signal flare from one of the big accelerators about where they see real opportunities.
Right, so it's not just guessing games. It's about seeing what problems they think are worth solving, where that cutting edge is moving.
Precisely. It helps understand the direction, the vectors of innovation right now.
So our aim today is to pull out those signals for you, the listener. Maybe you're leading a business, thinking of starting one, or maybe you're just fascinated by the future. This should give you, some real food for thought. Okay, so where do we start? What's the big theme jumping out?
I'd say the dominant theme really is AI agents. It feels like 2025 could be, the year they properly break through. And one really interesting angle on this is what YC calls full stack AI companies.
Full stack AI. Okay, tell me more. What does that actually mean?
It's basically moving past just selling AI tools to existing businesses. Instead, you build a whole new company where AI is baked in from the start. It is the business, fundamentally.
Okay, so instead of, say, building an AI research tool for lawyers,
right,
you actually launch a new kind of law firm that runs on AI, competing directly with the old guard.
That's exactly it. The legal example is the one they highlight. Imagine taking on slow-moving industries by just building a better AI-powered version from scratch.
Wow. Okay, and you can instantly see that applying elsewhere, right?
Absolutely.
Like market research done totally differently, or supply chains managed almost automatically by AI.
Precisely. You look for those industries bogged down by old ways of doing things and ask, can we build this smarter, faster, more efficiently with AI at the absolute core?
It's not just automating bits and pieces, it's rethinking the whole service.
Exactly. Creating new value propositions entirely.
Now, another thing that caught my eye was this call for more design founders, which, might sound a bit surprising with AI getting so good at visuals.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, isn't it? But the thinking seems to be, as the actual building part gets easier, thanks to better coding tools, AI assistants, that sort of thing, what really makes a product stand out, it's the user experience. It's great design.
So it's less about AI replacing designers and more about designers using AI to become founders themselves, to bring their own ideas to life.
That's the opportunity. Designers often have those core founder skills already baked in, right?
Yeah.
Like deep user empathy, focusing on the problem, high standards for quality, and, taste. Knowing what works.
Yeah, and they mentioned big YC names like Airbnb and Stripe. Design wasn't just window dressing there.
Absolutely not.
Think about it, trusting a stranger's house, trusting a website with your money. Good design was crucial for building that trust.
And it's fascinating how these two things connect, the AI power and the need for design. AI can help designers iterate way faster, focus on that core experience.
Okay, let's switch gears. Something we can all relate to. Awful customer service calls.
Ugh, yes. The hold music, the endless menus, feels stuck in the past.
Right. But the breakthrough here seems to be these new voice models, conversational LLMs.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where AI voice bots sound, pretty much human. And they can actually understand and solve things.
That feels huge. I mean, who wouldn't want that? And the scale, over 1 trillion business-to-customer calls every year.
It's massive. And when you interact with a really good one, it does feel like the future just arrived. A bit like seeing an autonomous car work smoothly for the first time.
So what does that mean for customer service jobs? Does it completely change the landscape?
It certainly could. You might see AI handling most common queries instantly, 2047. Maybe human agents then focus on the really complex emotional stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Better experience for customers, potentially big savings for businesses.
Definitely transformative potential there.
Okay, moving on. AI in science. This feels less immediate maybe, but potentially massive impact down the line.
Oh, absolutely. Think about fields like biology, chemistry, material science. A lot of the software and methods are, frankly, quite old. They deal with incredibly complex stuff, often relying on slow, laborious experiments.
And AI can come in and, analyze huge data sets, spot patterns humans miss, maybe even suggest new experiments?
Exactly. Drug discovery, optimizing chemical processes, managing resources better. AI can tackle these complex optimization problems. And they mentioned test-time compute, basically, the ability for startups to rent massive computing power when needed.
Ah, so they don't need their own supercomputer cluster to start tackling these huge scientific challenges.
Right, it lowers the barrier. We can see faster progress in creating new materials, finding new drugs, making industry more efficient, all accelerated by AI.
Okay, let's bring it back to the everyday. Productivity tools. We have tons of apps, to-do lists, but they don't do the work.
Exactly. They track it, they remind you, but you still have to do it. The vision here is for an AI personal assistant, powered by LLMs, that really understands your work, your emails, your projects, your routines, your preferences.
An AI that knows how I write emails, who I need to meet with, what needs following up on, and can actually act on it.
That's the idea. Drafting replies in your style, scheduling meetings intelligently around your commitments, managing those recurring tasks without you having to constantly prompt it.
So way beyond just filtering my inbox or auto-filling calendar slots.
Yeah, it's about proactive action. True assistance.
Like an AI chief of staff, almost.
Kind of, yeah. Handling the operational details so you can focus higher up. The key is that deep understanding and the ability to act autonomously.
Okay, let's talk healthcare. Huge industry, huge spending, and let's be honest, often huge inefficiencies.
Definitely. A massive chunk of U.S. healthcare spending is just admin, paperwork, systems that don't talk to each other.
It's kind of mind-boggling, the waste involved in just moving information around.
But this is where some startups are using LLMs, building systems to read medical reports or insurance forms, pull out the key data,
and then
use AI agents to accurately input that data into the other systems that need it, like a smart translator and data entry clerk rolled into one.
Bridging those gaps, the potential to cut down on that admin cost must be enormous.
It really seems like it. Freeing up time, reducing errors, letting doctors and nurses focus more on patients. That's the goal.
Okay, another big dream. Personalized learning. Education tailored to each student.
Yes, a long-standing goal. Online courses helped with access, but often it's still one-size-fits-all content. But now, AI's reasoning ability, plus these multimodal models, think animations, 3D models, voice, it makes truly personalized tutoring seem actually possible.
They mention creators like 3 Blue 1 Brown who are amazing at explaining complex stuff clearly.
Right. Imagine that kind of explanation, but adapted specifically for you, for whatever topic you're tackling.
Scaling that kind of high-quality, engaging teaching, that feels like a real game changer for education.
Huge potential, absolutely. Making great instruction accessible everywhere.
What about robotics? It's always felt like it's just around the corner, but hasn't quite hit that mainstream moment like AI has with ChatGPT.
That's a good way to put it. Robots have traditionally been costly, fragile, stuck in very controlled factory settings usually.
Yeah.
But again, it's these foundation AI models providing the breakthrough, giving robots better perception, better judgment, making them more adaptable, closer to how humans operate in the real world.
So maybe less about robot butlers for now and more about practical business uses, like inspection drones, autonomous tractors.
Exactly. B2B seems like the immediate sweet spot. And crucially, YC highlights the opportunity in building the tools to help other people build robots.
So democratizing robotics development itself, making it easier for non-experts to create robotic solutions.
Precisely. Think software platforms, interfaces, lowering the barrier so more companies can build robots for their specific needs.
That is interesting, fostering a whole ecosystem, not just a few big robot companies.
Yeah, accelerating innovation across the board.
And staying with education, but broadening out, the whole industry is massive, vital, but also famously slow to change sometimes.
That's true. But AI, especially LLMs, feels like it could be a force to really reshape things, how we teach, how students learn, how we assess progress.
You're seeing early stuff like AI study aids or grading tools.
Right, but it feels like early days. The bigger picture is a fundamental shift. Of course, there are challenges, school budgets, slow purchasing cycles. It's not easy.
But the potential for a completely different kind of education system powered by AI, it's pretty compelling to think about.
Definitely.
Okay, let's talk home security. People spend a lot on it, but have the features really changed that much from the big companies recently?
Not dramatically, no.
Wow.
Meanwhile, you look at commercial security, AI doing facial recognition, spotting weird behavior, even virtual AI guards.
Right, and remember Amazon buying Ring. Huge market potential there.
Exactly. So the question is, how do we bring that AI smartness into homes to make people feel genuinely safer?
Like AI that knows who belongs there, learns your patterns, flags real anomalies, maybe integrates with your whole smart home.
Yeah, moving beyond just basic motion sensors. Truly intelligent security. There seems to be a massive opportunity there.
Now, this next one is fascinating. Internal AI agents for employees. The idea that anyone in a company could build little AI helpers for their own repetitive tasks.
Yeah, imagine empowering employees to automate the boring parts of their jobs themselves. That requires internal agent builders, basically. Easy-to-use tools to create and manage these agents.
And these tools would need secure access to different software, handle permissions, all that sensitive stuff.
Right. Apparently, YC even built something like this internally for tasks like reviewing documents or accounting.
Wow. So it's about freeing up human talent across the entire company, making the whole organization more efficient.
Exactly. It could become foundational infrastructure for companies that are truly AI native. Let people focus on the high-value stuff.
It's easy to get swept up in all these applications, but YC also stresses the need for ongoing fundamental AI research.
Absolutely. They were early investors in OpenAI, remember? They know progress comes from breakthroughs at the core. There are still huge unsolved problems in AI, and that creates space for new research labs to push the boundaries.
And it's not just about funding startups with a product ready today. They're signaling support for that deep, long-term R&D too.
Yeah, backing top researchers pursuing big ideas, even if the payoff is years away. That's where the really paradigm-shifting stuff often comes from.
Okay, let's talk email. We all drown in it. And commuting time often feels wasted.
Totally. So the idea is use voice AI to manage your email hands-free. While you're driving or maybe walking, working out, you could triage your inbox, dictate replies, schedule things based on emails.
With voice agents getting so good now, they mention VAPI, Retell, the new ChatGPT voice mode. This feels much more plausible.
And it's not just for driving, right? Accessibility is another angle.
Yeah.
Plus, your inbox knows so much about you.
Yeah, it's a goldmine of context for a really smart AI assistant.
Exactly. A natural starting point.
And finally, personal finance. It's complex, often stressful, and good advice can be hard to come by or biased.
Right. We're not always rational with money, and advice from friends or even banks isn't always objective or comprehensive. But LLMs could offer personalized, unbiased advice on finances, investing, taxes, potentially at very low cost.
An AI that could securely connect to your bank accounts, investments, understand your goals, and give tailored guidance.
That's the vision, using APIs to get the full picture and offering advice based on your situation. Democratizing financial expertise.
Making sound financial guidance accessible to way more people, that could have a really positive impact.
For sure. Improving financial literacy and security.
Okay, so let's recap this whirlwind tour based on the YC signals. We've got full-stack AI companies disrupting industries.
The rise of the design founder, leveraging AI.
Really good voice AI, changing customer service, and more.
AI accelerating scientific discovery.
Proactive AI assistants that actually do things for you.
AI tackling healthcare inefficiency.
Truly personalized learning becoming real.
Tools to help everyone build robots.
AI fundamentally reshaping education.
Smarter, AI-powered home security.
Internal AI agents empowering employees.
The crucial need for ongoing foundational AI research.
Hands-free email management via voice.
And democratized, unbiased financial advice.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's quite a list. These aren't just theories. They're areas where smart people are seeing real potential for new companies and new value right now. Leaders and founders should definitely be paying attention.
Absolutely. Which brings us to our final thought for you, our listener. Thinking about all these emerging possibilities. As AI keeps evolving so quickly, what problem in your own life, or your work, or your industry, maybe one that seems totally stuck, could actually be transformed by one of these innovations? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.